Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, I gotta head back home, man. I forgot my damn keys to the truck up here I'm pissed about that, man. But peep game, man. Let's get into this shit, man. And we gotta rap about Denzel Bentley versus janibek. That shit happens in, I want to say, 2 weeks or whatever, man. First off, if janibek wins this fight, the WBO is ordering the Jaime Munguia fight for him, which I think is dope. That shit is balling. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think that shit is whack that, janibek went out of, not janibek, but Jaime Munguia went out of his way. I don't even think it was so much Jaime Munguia as it was Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya, man. One thing about Oscar De La Hoya, man, he talked real greasy about Floyd Mayweather, and he's trying to do what it is that Floyd did in his career. And even you can call Floyd a cherry pick if you want, man, but he has an extensive resume. He fought generational talents, man. He fought bona fide Hall of Famers. Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya, Juan Manuel Marquez, Manny Pacquiao. Those were incredible fighters. Canelo Alvarez. Those were incredible fighters. Incredible. Chico Corrales, goddamn. Emmanuel Augustus style is, that's a highly favored style. People praise his style, how awkward it was. They praise that. Zab Judah, Shane Mosley. This dude had an extensive amateur. This dude had an extensive resume, man. So you could call it cherry picking. Maybe he didn't fight the fighters that you wanted him to fight, but no fighter is going to fight all the fighters you want them to fight except Mike Tyson. And even Mike Tyson didn't fight Riddick Bowe and Ray Mercer. So you could talk that bullshit you want to talk about Floyd and the cherry picking that he may or may not have done, but there's no second guessing his incredible resume. That dude had an incredible resume. There's just, everybody was just so anxious to see him lose that, oh man, you ducking, you cherry picking, yeah, whatever the fuck ever. Especially Oscar, just for you to turn around and do the same sucker shit that he's doing. That shit is whack. That shit is whack. Why are you... Why the fuck are you babying Munguia? You know what I'm saying? This dude is already a world champion. He's already what, like 40 fights into his career. There's no reason why he should have swerved Andre. Because I think with his style, he could have possibly beat Andre. He could have possibly beat Andre. I'd pick Andre to win, but he could have possibly beat Andre. But janibek, this should offend you. This should offend you. He didn't want to honor his mandatory status with Demetrius Andre, but he sees you as the weaker foe. This should definitely offend you. So when you go in here and you go in here, you outline Denzel Bentley and chalk, that should be all right. I'm fucking Jaime Munguia up. I'ma fuck you up bad. How dare you? You jumped on the mandatory clause when it was time, when the WBO ordered it, but you didn't do it with Andre. Oh no, I'm on your ass. So I love the fight. I love the idea of the fight happening, man. But if I'm janibek, I'm in my feelings about that. You got me fucked up, my nigga. I'm about to crash your ass bad. But nonetheless, I want to get into, what I saw from Denzel Bentley last night, man. When I was watching some footage of Denzel Bentley, man. janibek is about to destroy this dude. I think he's good. He has hard hands. I think, when he commits to a shot, them hands land with, they land with impact, man. I'll disregard him getting, stopped by Felix Cash in 3 rounds. That's gonna happen. I mean, shit, bro. People act like Hagler didn't stretch out Hearn in 4 rounds, bro. That happens in the sport of boxing. You're going to lose. The likelihood of you getting knocked out is very high because the caliber of men that you're fighting. There's not too many men who can beat these motherfuckers that you're standing in front of on this planet, out of the billions of people on this planet. He's one of the few that can stand in the ring with you and offer you resistance. The likelihood of you getting knocked out is high. The likelihood of you getting beat is higher. So I'm not going to knock you for going in there and getting stopped by Felix Cash. It happens, man. People get knocked out every day, B. It is what it is. It is what the fuck it is. But what I did see in both fights, I watched him and Felix Cash, and then I watched him and Mark Morrison, man. And they were both quick fights. But one thing that I saw, like, just his defense is leaky. His defense is leaky. That was the main thing that stood out to me, man. It's like, yo, man, boxing is offense and defense simultaneously. You go on the offensive, but you still protect yourself. When you're on the defensive, you have to protect yourself. You have to defend yourself. When you're on the offensive, you have to protect yourself. When you're on defense, you have to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? When he goes on the offensive, it's like he completely abandons his guard. His hands are a little low there. You know, it's like both of his hands are in punching position when he's going on the offensive. It's not one, you know, whatever hand you're attacking with, you're using the other hand to defend you. It's none of that. I'm seeing shots still split the guard. They're comfortably punching in between combinations with the. I'm like, yo, I saw that in both the Felix Cash and the Mark Morrison fight, bro. And these was fights that was they back to back? I'm not too sure of. But Mark Morrison is a dude who got obliterated by Zach Parker, bro. Like, I don't, you know, he's good, but I don't think he's he's not one of them dudes. He's not about to be one of them guys. I think he's a cat that, all right, yo, he's a gatekeeper. He's a gatekeeper. We'll know how, you know, he's a litmus test. We'll know how, where you're ready to compete at, depending on how you do with him. Now, it just so happens that Denzel Bentley was able to get rid of him in 4 rounds, but in between those 4 rounds, I'm seeing Mark Morrison have a lot of success. His hands are, you know, he doesn't have the bigger punch between him and Denzel Bentley, but the fact that he was able to have the success that he had to make me say, yo, that is something that needs to be corrected in the now. That was the most glaring thing that I saw that stood out to me with Denzel Bentley. Him still getting clipped in between combinations. And it's calculated. It's like they know when he opens up, his guard is compromised. So they punch in between it. Even in the Felix Cash fight, I'm seeing jabs send this man's head back into fucking orbit. Like he listening to hip hop or something. I'm like, God damn. It's a leaky defense that I see from Denzel Bentley, bro. It's a leaky defense at that level. Like me, I hate saying that shit like that, man. You know, because I'm never gonna be a dude who can fight on that level. It's nothing that I can do with Denzel Bentley. I just, you know, I gotta come out and say that shit. It's not. I hate being like, man. That's why I don't say people suck. I won't say, especially in fighters. I know what it's like to get in there with a high level amateur, bro, and not be able to compete. You're just getting your ass beat. So it's that when you're deep into your career, you only have 1 loss and 19 wins. You're a fish out of water if you was to step in there with him. So I try to be as respectful as I can possibly be to these fighters. But Denzel Bentley, that's one thing that I'm seeing from him. It's like, yo, bro, you got to do something with that guard, bro. You're going to have to bring your hands up a little bit. Move your upper body a little bit better. And I'm not talking about just weaving up under shots, man. I'm talking about slipping. Keeping your upper body off the line, bro, because you get hit a whole hell of a lot. And that's something you will need to really tighten up within these next 2 weeks, because you're not going to be able to make those same mistakes with janibek. You're not going to be able to make those same mistakes with janibek. And janibek is getting into a rhythm. He's a champion now. And the fact is, he's hungrier as a champion. janibek has already made history, bro. Like, he's a champion. Most fighters don't hold a belt. Will never hold a belt. He's holding a belt. And even with him holding that belt, he's not satisfied, because he's like, I didn't beat nobody for it. It was given to me. And I don't like it. I wanted to take it from this motherfucker, and he didn't allow me. He denied me that opportunity. So he's hungrier now. And his fight with Danny Dingham in his last fight, what I saw, oh my God. Oh my God. We still don't know janibek's ceiling. He hasn't really fought a fighter that's going to give him resistance. He's been obliterating, Endom, Rob Brandt, and, Danny Dingham now, you dig, in his last fight. So we haven't seen his ceiling yet. We haven't seen how he reacts to adversity. We haven't seen that yet. We would have seen that with Andre. I would like to think so. But we've yet to see that. And I don't think we're going to see that in 2 weeks. That's just me being real. I don't think Denzel Bentley, I think he's a good fighter, but I don't think I think he's a fish out of water going in there with janibek. I do. I think janibek is going to go in there and destroy this dude before the mid rounds. Because he gets hit entirely too easy. And another thing is he doesn't commit to his shots. He does a lot of slapping, and if he's facing adversity, he does not commit to shots. Like, he won't open up in exchanges with you. It's like get off me punches. Like, get off me, get off me, get off me. But you're so scared of what's coming back. You're apprehensive. That split second, if you're saying, should I throw this shot, while you're in the process of throwing it, you're gonna pull the punch. You're gonna pull the punch slightly. You're not gonna get full extension on that shot. And that's what I'm seeing out of him, man. He was gun shy against Felix Cash. He started having success in the second round, but it was to no avail. The minute he went back to the jab, or Felix Cash went back to the jab and started landing the jab, that man's doom was near. It was near, bro. So I'm like this. I think janibek is gonna beat this dude in like 6 rounds. I think he's gonna beat him in 6. What I've been seeing from him, I'm just like, bro, you can't do that in front of the fucking Johnny. This Kazakh dude is not him, bro. You're not gonna be able to get away with that shit with him. Felix Cash is sending your head back. You bobbing your head to Felix Cash's jab, bro. And he's landing it at will. He's landing it at will. And you're not sitting down on none of the punches, fully committed to the punches. When you're facing adversity, I'm like, yo, bro, motherfuckers, they're precisely punching in between your punches and having effect. Not effect, but success. Mark Morrison is not no goddamn janibek. And janibek is a natural counter puncher. That is, he works off the counter, but he can lead as well. He can lead as well. He'd much rather lead you into a counter. But if you're pulling your punches, he's going in for the kill. If you're pulling punches, he's going in for the kill. And once he decides to step into that jab, it's a wrap. We just saw what he did to Dingham. Now, I'm not saying Dingham is this world beater. I'm not saying that shit. I'm not saying that at all. But at that level, look at what he did what it is that he was supposed to do to the competition in dramatic fashion. And once again, he's offended that he got a belt was given to him. He doesn't like that. I think janibek is about to be one of them dudes, bro. If he does Denzel Bentley how I'm thinking he's going to do Denzel Bentley, and he goes into that fight with Jaime Munguia, I think he's going to beat Munguia. I think he's going to beat Munguia because he's a more complete fighter. He's a more complete fighter. So, yeah, that's how I'm feeling about this shit, man. I think Denzel Bentley is good. I think it's a good test for janibek. But I just think janibek is going to be too much for this dude. I think he's going to be too much. Once again, I don't want motherfuckers thinking that I'm saying Denzel Bentley is trash. Cause I don't play them games. I don't call fighters bums. I don't do that shit. Unless I'm joking with my coach or something like that. But the shit that I saw, as leaky as his defense was in them 2 fights, I'm like, yo, you're cannon fodder in front of a janibek. You're cannon fodder, dog. He's going to pick you apart, and it's not going to take him long to do it. If Felix Cash, who I think is a good fighter, can do that shit in 3 rounds, there's nothing stopping janibek from giving you, having you meet that same fate, man. So that's how I'm feeling about it, man. Janibek by knockout in the mid rounds, yo. Deuces.